You don't have to, you don't have to do that yourself. I mean, I just sit down, but you don't have, you know, because I do it, you don't have to. You prefer to sit there?
What do you like to say?
I guess it doesn't matter to me. We can alternate.
Ah.
Yeah. You know, there's more of my generation
I
going.
will say is Grandpa Dave's nursery.
All the regulars are not here. You know, there aren't
congestion in my nose, nasal,
I can hear it.
Yeah,
I
so-
hear it.
my voice drops.
Take any medication?
I'm a bass now. Speaking so very low.
Are you taking any medication?
Just a generic, but the really, it's that 24 hours, those little pills you take, those 24 hours, once, yeah. It's funny, all those pills for allergies are only once a day, like 20-day work, I guess, the whole day. Usually you take every 6 hours or 4 or 8, but this particular, it's a generic of Claret and Allegra, those big names. I guess they only, because even these are the generic, but the more expensive one, there's still only one Claret, the name brand is still only one a day. Now, I don't know about sinus.
Usually I don't get, I mean, I'll get allergies this year worse than ever.
Oh, yeah.
I actually had to take some Zyrtec because then,
Oh, Zyrtec is another one.
yeah. I didn't
Well, they
take
also
some-
have a derivative in generic, because they do that.
Oh, yeah.
And those are so expensive.
But yeah, this year it's like,
You dress up so nice. I like you, Jim.
Thank you. I've worn it many times. Oh, no, yeah.
I didn't notice, but she looks nice.
you always
You
dress
had
up
your side for your father, grandfather, David.
Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, I noticed it was,
You didn't realize it, or you must have gotten
well, we got the notice and I totally forgot that it was coming up. I guess that's a good thing I came to Temple tonight.
Yeah, they
Didn't
don't.
you get a notice?
Yeah, but you get them so far in advance, sometimes you.
Yeah, I waited at the,
Put on the refrigerator, I was, didn't get it.
Well, usually between the three of us, one of us remembers.
Wait.
Yeah, usually one of us remembers, but nobody had said anything. Good shot.
Where's your
missing you all.
Well, maybe you were away. I know you were just away, but maybe you were here and going away.
Going away again.
Oh, but she's here.
She's here.
Oh,
She's not here.
oh, not here. Oh, okay.
But she'll be here earlier.
Oh, she will be.
Or maybe not.
This is the all night.
Did she work tonight or just?
I don't know, she has some appointments later.
Are you very?
Shabbos.
How you be? Busy? No, that's good for you. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Herb? Wow, good to see you, sir.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Temple Beth Tzedek. We're going to get started with our Mincha afternoon service, which begins on page 1 with Ashrei.
Ashrei Ashrei Betecha Od Yalu Choselo.
I didn't know you would have.
תהילת אדוני ידבר פי ויברך כל בשר שם קדשו לעולם ועד ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולם הללויה יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה ועלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ויאמרו.
Amen. We rise now for the Amidah, beginning together on page 3A.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ומביא גואל לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים מקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי המתים נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ויאמר. קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלך על הארץ כבודו, לעומתם ברוך יאמרו. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, ובדברי קודשך כתוב לאמור. ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. שבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. כאל מלך גדול וקדוש אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
We continue individually through page 9. Hadith Shalem is on page 10.
יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה, לעולמו דברו חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן הקריב יאמרו. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ואמרו. תתקבל צלותון ובאות הון דכל ישראל, קדם אבו הון די ושמיה וימרו. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו. עלינו לשבח לאדון, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם. וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי הקדוש ברוך הוא. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
In mourning or those observing Yahrzeit, Mourner's Kaddish is on page 12.
יתגדל, יתקדש שמי רבה, ויעלמה דיברך חירותה, וימליך מלכותה, וחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו,
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו.
Amen.
יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, לחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו.
Amen. You may be seated. We continue with our Kabbalat Shabbat service, welcoming Shabbat on page 14, singing together Yedid Nefesh.
ידיד נפש, אברח אמן, משוך עבדך אל רצונך. ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל, ישתחווה אל מול הדרך. ירב לו ידידותך מנופת צוף בכל טעם הדור נאה זיו העולם נפשי חולת אהבותך אנא אלנה רפנה לה בהראות לה נועם זיווך אז תתחזק ותתרפא והטוב לך שפחת עולם ותקיימו רחמך וחוסנה על בן אוהבך כי זה כמה נחשוף לראות בתפארת עוזך עני לי מחמד ליבי חושנה ואל תתעלם יגלנה ופרוס חביב עלי את סוכת שלומך תאיר ארץ מכבודך נגילה ונשמחה בך מהר אהוב כבא מועד וחנני כימי עולם יאללה לי 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 יאללה לי 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Lechuneranina, lechuneranina, lechuneranina ladonoi. Lechuneranina, lechuneranina, lechuneranina ladonoi. Naria, naria, letzur yishenu, nekadma fanav betoda. Naria, naria, letzur yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechuneranina, lechuneranina, lechuneranina ladonai. Lechuneranina, lechuneranina, lechuneranina ladonai. Arba'im shana kud bedor, va'amaram to'e levavhem, v'hem lo yoru derachai, asher nishbati ve'api, im yavon el menuchati. Shirul Adonai, shir chadash, shirul Adonai kol ha'aretz, shirul Adonai baruch shemo, basru miyom liyom. Sapru vagoyim kevodo bechol ha'amim nifleotav ki gadol Adonai umehulal me'or naorahu al kol Elohim lai 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 ki kol Elohei ha'amim elilim v'adonai shomayim osa Ha'or ve'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho havul Adonai mishpechot amim havul Adonai kavod ba'oz havul Adonai Kevod shemo se'o mincha uva'o lechatzrotav lai 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 ishtachavu l'Adonai beharat kodesh chilo mipanav kol ha'aretz imru v'agoyim Adonai malach afti kontev elebal timot yadin amim bermei shorim yismechu Hashamayim v'togel haaretz Yeram hayam lo yaloz sadai v'chol asher bo lai 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 az yeraninu kol atzeyor lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel betzedek ve'amim be'emunato lai 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 lai.
Continue individually on page 17.
Or Zaru ala tzadik ul Yisrael v'simcha, simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, v'hodu lezecher kodesho. Mizmor shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, ki niflaot asa, Hoshia lo yemino, Uzro akadsho, Hodia Adonai Yeshuato, Le'enei hagoyim gilat tzidkato, Zochar chasto ve'emunato, Levei Yisrael, Ra'u kolafsei haaretz, Et Yeshuat Eloheinu, Hariyol Adonai, Kol haaretz, Pitzchu v'raninu v'zameru, Zamru l'Adonai b'chinor, Bechinor v'kol zimra, B'chatzot zerot v'kol shofar, Hariyu lifnei hamelech Adonai, Yiram hayam umelo, Tevel v'yosh v'va, Neharo imcha uchav, Yachad harim yiranenu, Lifnei Adonai ki lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel b'tzedek, ve'yamim b'mesharim, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lahar kadsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
We continue on page 20. Please rise.
Mizmor leDavid, Havul Adonai ben Elim, Havul Adonai, Kavod va'oz, lai lai lai, Havul Adonai kevod shemo, Shtachavul Adonai b'hadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai alamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai almayim rabim, Kol Adonai b'koach, lai lai lai, Kol Adonai be'adar, Kol Adonai shover. Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, vayarkidei kemo egel Levanon, v'Sirion kemo ven reimim, lai lai lai, Kol Adonai chotzev lahavot esh, Kol Adonai achil. Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yechol el hayalot, vayechesof ye'arot, o v'hechalo, kulo omer kavod, lai lai lai, Adonai lama bul yoshav vayeshev, Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yevorech et amo v'shalom, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai.
May be seated. We continue with the Chadodi on page 21. When we reach the final verse on page 22, we will rise and face the door to greet the Shabbat bride.
Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmianu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad Ushmo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'letila Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor ha'bracha merosh mikedem Nesucha sof ma'aseh v'machshavot techila Lecha dodi likrat kala Pene Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech ir melucha kum mitzei mitoch hafecha harav loch shevet be'emek habacha v'hu yachamol alaychem la lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat Hitna ari me'afar kumi livshi bigdei tifaretecha mi al yad ben Yishai betalach mi karva el nafshi ge'ala lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat Hit orei Kiva orech kumi ori shir daberi kavod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat Lo tevoshi velo tikol mi matish tochachi o matemi bach yechesu ani ami venivneta ir altila lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela V'hayulim shisa shoy sayich v'racha kukal mevalayich yasis alayich Elohayich kimsos chatan al kala lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela Yamin husmolati yefrotzi ve'et Adonai ta'aritzi al yarish ben partzi ve'nismecha ve'nagila lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat Boi v'shalom hateres bala gam v'simcha uvetzala toch emune am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela
Please be seated. We continue with the Psalm for Shabbat on page 23.
Tzadik atamar yifrach Keres balvanon yiske shetulim beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenovon beseva דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי אשר אדוני צורי ולא עוולתו בו. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאהב הקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים.
Mourner's Kaddish is on page 24.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
וילמד יברך ירותי וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו,
אמן.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו
אמן.
יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Now I can see your faces. The sun went down a little bit. Felt like I was on the big stage, the lights. But it's a good thing, and to have the sunshine, and it's one of the wonderful things to enjoy in spring and summertime. There's a lot to love about spring and summer, and one of my favorite parts is fresh fruit, the amazing fruit that becomes available this time of year. For me, it starts when the cherries appear in the store at like a reasonable price per pound. And then after, there are the peaches and the apricots and the plums. At our house, we could easily do a watermelon a week during the summer, not hard. And of course, for those who grow in their own garden, there is nothing like plucking fresh berries off a bush. I have a memory from when I was a child of my grandfather relaxing in his hammock in his backyard in Elmira, picking berries off the raspberry bush and eating them. And he sighed and said, "This is luxury." You should know that he lived in New York City his entire life. They didn't move out to Elmira until he was transitioning into retirement. So it was really a novelty to have this hammock in the backyard with the raspberry bushes. Our Torah portion this week, Bechukotai, offers the Israelites the promise of luxury and abundance. It begins saying, "If you follow my laws and observe my commandments, I will grant your rains in their season, so that the earth shall yield its produce, and the trees of the field their fruit. Your threshing shall overtake the vintage, and your vintage shall overtake the sowing. You will eat your fill of bread and dwell securely in your land." According to the Sifra, which is Midrash on the book of Leviticus, when it says, "and your threshing will reach the vintage," that means the crops will be so abundant that you will still be threshing when the vintage season arrives, and that will keep going until it's time to start sowing again. There'll just be so much that you'll have no break between the seasons. And as a result, everyone will feel satisfied and safe and secure. There are times in the Jewish calendar when we are instructed to afflict ourselves. Yom Kippur, for example, we fast, we don't bathe, we make ourselves uncomfortable. The same goes for Tisha B'Av and when we're in a period of mourning. And during these times, we purposefully deny ourselves comfort as a spiritual discipline. But the rest of the time, we are meant to appreciate, to celebrate abundance. Not to glutton ourselves, we have to take care of those in need. We don't want to be obscene in how we do things, so we have guardrails to make sure that we're not overly indulgent. But in a healthy way, we are meant to notice the blessings of plenty in our lives and to really enjoy them. The Jerusalem Talmud in Tractate Kiddushin teaches, Rabbi Chezkiah, Rabbi Cohen, in the name of Rav, said, in the future, a person will have to give a judgment and accounting over everything that his eyes saw and that he did not eat, within the realm of what's kosher, of course. Rabbi Elazar paid attention to this teaching, it says, and he gathered small coins that did not require any change so they could be spent immediately. And he did this so that he could purchase and eat every kind of produce with them at least once in a year. So this is really a celebration of abundance and blessing, to not miss a single fruit that's available for consumption. In the book, The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron provides a multi-step guide for stimulating creativity and removing creative blocks. She notes that God is incredibly creative, generous, and abundant. If you think about it, God could have just made one kind of flower, right? Pink flower, and decorated, and things would have looked nice. But how many varieties of pink flowers can you think of? More than I can, certainly. You know, God could have made a few birds and sprinkled them around in the air, and we would have thought, wow, nice. But how many varieties of birds are there? So God is extremely extra, right? Really into abundance and luxury and color and creativity. And Julia Cameron says, on the other hand, we can be very stingy with joy. We often deprive ourselves of enjoying beauty and pleasure. But why? And she urges her readers to find a way, a reasonable way, to enjoy luxury. She says, making art begins with making hay while the sun shines. It begins with getting into the now and enjoying your day. It begins with giving yourself some small treats and breaks. This is extravagant, but so is God, is a good attitude to take when treating your artist to small bribes and beauties. Remember, you are the cheapskate, not God. And she gives an example of Bernice, whose luxury, raspberries. She laughs at how easily pleased she is. She says for the cost of a pint of raspberries, she buys herself an experience of abundance. She can get this abundance at the supermarket, frozen if she needs to. They cost $2 to $5 depending on the season. I always tell myself they're too expensive, but the truth is, that's a bargain for a week of luxury. It's less than a movie. I guess it's just more than I thought I was worth. So we're meant to remember that we're deserving of luxury, that it's already out there, available for us to enjoy in ways big and in ways small, but still really pleasurable and meaningful. And Shabbat is, of course, the best taste of that luxury, a day of rest. So we should do our best, boldest resting, our best eating and drinking on Shabbat, a day of luxury. And even throughout the week, seeking little special elements to make sure that we're really appreciating and enjoying the abundance that's around us. It's true for fruit, but also nature and sunshine, music, literature, and art, these wonderful things that really enrich our lives. So my blessing for you, for all of us, is that we can find this luxury and this abundance on Shabbat and the whole week through. Shabbat Shalom. We continue now with the Kaddish that we recite in memory of those who perished in the Holocaust, victims of disaster and terror and strife around the world, and those for whom there is no one to recite Kaddish. Please rise if you are able. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalama divra kiryate v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mivarach leolam ulamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha brichu. Le'ela minkol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran b'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We remain standing and turn to page 28 for Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMavorach. Baruch Adonai HaMavorach le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam tomid yimlach aleinu li'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai hamari v'aravim, Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, Amcha v'to, Torah mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta ala ken Adonai Elohim v'shachbeinu u'v'kumeinu nasiach b'chelkecha v'nismach v'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki hem va'orech yameinu uvahem negeh yomam v'layla ve'ahavatecha al tosim imenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, bechol levavcha, uvechol nafshecha, uvechol me'odecha, ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele, Asher Anochi Mitzavacha Hayom Alevavecha Veshinantam Levanecha Vedibarta Bam Veshivtecha Beveitecha Uvlachtecha Vaderech Uveshachbecha Uvkumecha Ukshartam Leot Al Yadecha Vahayu Letotafot Beinenecha Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Adonai Elohechem emet. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ובני ישראל הכנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נערה תהילות אוסף אלה מלאכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה אלינו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גואל ישראל. ושמור את צאתנו ואוהנו, לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Rise and turn to page 34 for Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעולמה דברך חירותי, וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן הקריב יאמרו, יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו.
Continue individually with the Amidah, beginning on page 35A or B through page 38. We continue on page 47.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות.
You may be seated.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Konei Shomayim v'Aretz, Magen Avot b'Devaro, V'Chaye Metim. Ha'el HaKadosh she'en kamohu, Hameniach le'amo, B'yom Shabbat kodsho, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Lefanav navor b'yira v'fachad, V'noideh lishmo b'chol yom etomir, Me'en haberachot, El Adon HaShalom, Mekadesh HaShabbat, Mevarech Shvi, Umeniach B'Kedusha, Le'amedu Shnei Oneg, Zecher Lemase V'Reishit. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu, Ritzei v'menuchateinu, Kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha, V'tein chelkeinu b'toratecha, Sabeinu mituvecha, V'samcheinu b'shuvotecha, V'taher libeinu le'avdecha be'emet, V'hanechilenu Adonai Eloheinu b'yahava u'v'ratzon, Shabbat kodshecha ve'yanuchu v'Yisrael mekadshei shemerecha, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Yikara v'yikadash shemei Rabba, v'yalmod v'rach chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechanu v'yomechanu v'chayrech beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'izman kariv imru. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam u'l'olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitomam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemir kutsha, le'elah min kol bechata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran v'yalma v'imru, titkabel tzaloton uva'uton dechol Yisrael, kadam avuhon di v'shmaya v'imru, yehi shalom rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
We rise and turn to page 49 for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uv'ratzon hinechilanu zikaron lemaseh v'reishit ki hoyam techila lemikra kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu Ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabat kodshecha ba'ahava uv'ratzon hinechaletanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat.
We are making our way towards Shavuot. A week and a half to go. So let's count the Omer on page 59. Yesterday we counted 38, so we're on the second line on page 59. Hayom tisha ushloshim yom, shehem chamisha shavuot, v'arba'a yamim la'omer, Today's 39 days, which is 5 weeks and 4 days. We now turn to page 51 for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם וגר עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה למלך על כל הארץ, ביום יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
May be seated. Tonight we remember the following loved ones of our congregation: Nathan Abramowitz, Jack Antman, Beverly Balsam, Morris Barron, Sheila Burgash, Paul Burstein, Mary Cantor, Lillian Carroll, Ida Davis, Isidore Dratch, Ruth Engel, Sandy Feit, Everett Fishman, Morris Gelman, Florence Goldstein, Ina Greenberg, Helene Grossman, Dr. Murray Hurwitz, Molly Jochnowitz, Blanche Elster Kaplan, Gertrude Cardeman, Rose Razel Kassir, Chassia Kale, Dorothy Klein, Dorothy M. Bastiani Kam, Osias Landau, Saul Lazarson, Lester Levine, Sam Levinsky, Ruben Litterman, Hyman Lorbier, Abraham Margolis, Florence Meyer, Saul Naratsky, Isidore Newman, David Platt, Benjamin Press, David Robbins, Esther Rosenfeld, Lena Rudank, Doris Sachs, Rosa Schwab, Howard Schwartz, Harry Seaman, Raymond Seidenberg, Arnold Sherman, Laser Schneider, Philip Silverberg, Elaine Silverstein, Adele Sisselman, Philip Soltz, Velodia Trachtenberg, Jewel Williams, Teresa Wilner, Mark Yellen, Mariasha Zarin. I invite you to rise and share names of anyone else that you're remembering tonight, as well as your relationship with them. Mourner's Kaddish is on page 52. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divra kirute v'amlich malchute, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye jechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'yimru, amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mivorach leolam ulamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May their memories be a blessing. You may be seated. I'd like to call forward our president, Linda Boxer, with announcements. And her announcements days are starting to run low, so we have to really treasure and cherish these moments. This is it?
This is it.
Well, there's tomorrow.
Yes.
Come back tomorrow.
This is the last Shabbat, yeah. last Friday night. The announcements will be in good hands. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to Rabbi Rich and to Cantor Spindler. May you get over this cold or allergies or whatever and be strong tomorrow. Services tomorrow morning at 9:30. Mariv and Havdalah will be on Zoom tomorrow evening at 9:30. Please join us on the Zoom link. Please support our daily minyan morning and evening. And Wednesday evenings, we stay a few extra minutes for a very healing service. Join Rabbi Rich's Lunchtime Torah Express Tuesdays at noon on Zoom. Summer school registration is open to learn Hebrew with cantorial intern Zahava Fried. There's a flyer out in the lobby. Community religious school fall registration is also starting. Sunday mornings, walk to support Israel. They're gathering at the Bike Path tennis court area if you wish to join people. Kadima's annual dinner will be held on June 5th. And who doesn't love cheesecake? If you're lactose intolerant, you might not, but start the celebration of Shavuos with cheesecake classes with Zach Rosenbaum of Bloom and Rose. Space is limited to 20 participants. Your payment for your reservation is your reservation. The tikkun for Shavuot will begin Tuesday, June 11th at 8:30 p.m., starting out with Cantor, so be sure and come. It's an all-star roster going all night long and ending with the sunrise service at 5:30. For the faint of heart, you can come to a regular service at 9:30 on Wednesday morning. And Yisker will be on Thursday morning, June 13th. Check the flyer for the full schedule of services and speakers. Scholarship opportunities for cantors, contact the Shul office. Scholarship opportunities for college help from Women's Network, contact Marcia Rosenthal, and contact the Foundation of Jewish Philanthropies for information about their scholarship help. Sunday, June 9th in the morning, Women's Network and Men's Club are sponsoring brunch with Dr. Richard Laub as the speaker. And then later in the day, our Youth Education Committee is hosting Family Fun Day at Camp Centerland. The Women's Network installation dinner will be on Thursday, June 20th. Reservations are required. The new directories are here. We've been distributing them by person. If you can help with a few, that would be great. We'll get them mailed out probably at the end of next week. Please shop in the gift shop and save your dashes tapes to support Women's Network. More information about all of these things can be found in the flyer, in the shofar, and on the website. Shabbat Shalom.
We conclude with Adon Olam on page 54.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשוא וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו, להכבירה, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה, ולא העוז והמשרה, והוא אלי וחי גואלי בצור בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומונוס לי מנת כוסי ביום מקרא, מנת כוסי ביום מקרא, בידו אף כדרוכי בעת אישן ויעירה ואמרוכי גבייתי אדוני לי ולא יירא אדוני לי ולא יירא. שבת שלום. שבת שלום. Because I don't have that energy or the
because not working efficiently. But, yeah. Yeah, so.
Good shot.
Yeah, yeah. So your food, I like summer food also, when you mentioned that. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, there used to be a melon called a cranshaw, which I think was a mix of, it's from, I think cantaloupe and honeydew, but somehow.
I'll just fall right in.
They don't import, it's probably imported from, who knows, one of those countries, Puerto Rico, you know, who knows where.
Shabbat shalom,
But
Yashikoa.
Yeah.
Shabbat shalom, Yashikoa to you as well.
And you couldn't go wrong, they were always
Who's that
sweet.
lady?
And they had like a flesh color. Yeah, but they don't see them anymore. Those Crenshaw, yeah. And they were always really good. And they lasted a while. Yeah. So, I know that, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they also carry an Israeli, I think it's called Galia, G-A-L-I-A in Wegmans.
Oh, yeah?
They're a smaller
haven't seen
melon, yeah, Galia.
What color inside?
I think it might be also, it's greenish, like
Yeah.
yeah, it's also
I like
pretty
it all.
sweet. Yeah. 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 They don't have, unfortunately, the variety that they used to. I guess it's maybe harder in a different more to get them from out of step, you know, of
It seems
the
like
countries. Yeah, I don't know.
who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
went. Wish your family good Shabbos for me. Tell the girls I missed them.
It's